Hi, everybody. Welcome to Just a Mommy Minute. First of all, let's talk about last week with Dr. Kotlow, how wonderful that was. I had some great feedback from everybody. I really appreciate your feedback when I do these lives. It really helps me to keep going and keep wanting to do these. So any feedback you give me, good or bad, I'm listening, and I hope you find value in this. So today's Just a Mommy Minute is about raising a physically superb child. I got this from a book I read, and that's the name of the book. Really, it's an interesting book. It's written by Russians, and you can kind of tell. But they make some great points about raising a child correctly with matching the brain development. So in the first 30 months of life, the baby's brain is growing incredibly fast. And at about 6 years, it starts to really slow down. But the first 30 months is so crucial. So today I want to talk about the newborn phase. And if what I talk about in here doesn't apply to your child, you can still do these tips I'm going to offer at the end. And if you need more information, we'll have that for you. Just ask me. So first of all, our brains grow. It's like a flower. It opens up and blossoms. So everything that happens with a baby's development happens in sequence, and it's for a reason. So when you initially have the baby and they put the baby on your belly, there's a breast crawl. So the baby crawls to the breast. This means something, and this is part of the brain that's getting developed at that time. I'm going to skip ahead to the crawling walking issue. Some people are excited that their baby's walking at 4 months, but that's skipping ahead of the game. It missed a lot of steps in between. It missed the rolling. It missed the sitting up. It missed the crawling. All these are so important for brain development. And we need these for the brain so that as we get older, physical dexterity is good, the manual dexterity, walking, running, sitting, thinking, all these are important for brain development. A lot of you have heard me talk about tummy time. And this is one of the things I think that we're really missing in our newborns is laying babies on their tummies. They spend a lot of time on their back. Earlier, I posted something about their turtles. It's like, they're laying on their back like a turtle on its back. We need to get the babies on their bellies more and more. And when they're on their bellies, they're able to move their arms and their legs, okay? So in our office, we put down what's called a crawling mat. So you're welcome to put your babies down there when you come in if you're in the waiting room waiting for your appointment. Put them on their bellies. Put them on the floor. It's pretty safe on the floor when they're newborns because they're not going to go very far. What you're going to notice is that your newborn starts to scoot around a little bit. So when they're given an opportunity to move their hands and legs, they're going to start moving and exploring. So it's so important to put them on their belly. Try at least 10 times a day if you can. And then another thing to do, work on the fine motor skills. Have your baby grab your finger. And then when they grab your finger, put your little thumb behind and then just lift them a little bit and let them hang on to you. And if they let go, then, lay them down nicely. But do this like on the bed. So when they do let go, they don't hurt when they fall down. So do that 10 times a day. So eventually what's going to happen is your baby's going to hold your finger and pull themselves up in the sequence they're supposed to go. It's not going to happen in that first month, but when it's supposed to happen, you'll see it happen. Another huge thing is working on balance, even in the newborn age. Working with balance, you want to, you can hold the baby up like Simba from Lion King, hold the butt, hold the head, and then just kind of, move the baby around and work on balance that way. What else can we do with the baby? Rocking in a rocking chair is a great way to work on that. Holding the baby up under their arms and bringing them back and forth, side to side, and do those motions for balance. All of this is connecting the brain to their environment, and it's going to help the brain develop. You can lay them on a pillow and then just rock the pillow up and down, side to side, corner to corner, different things like that. Something I remember doing this when I was a kid with my little brothers and sisters. I would hold them on me and I just run through the house, trot through the house. If you're a runner, if you want to trot through the house, that's another great thing. Do it on one side and then do it on the other side. And another thing is putting the baby up on your shoulder and then just spin around slowly. If you don't get dizzy, if you start to get dizzy, please don't do this. But do it that way. You do clockwise, counterclockwise, and then put them on the other shoulder. Clockwise, counterclockwise, okay? If your baby does not like tummy time, we'll go back to that one real quick. If the baby does not like tummy time, first of all, there could be a fascia issue. So if there is, then they need to be checked for sure. but start them off maybe on a small pillow or something on their chest and try to get them to raise their head up and just start there if they won't hold their head up. And then if they won't even do that, a yoga ball, just roll them back and forth on a yoga ball by holding them by their thighs, okay? Like I said, when they're in the office, get them on a crawling track. The best way to have the baby crawl is on a vinyl surface, but I know a lot of people don't have vinyl floors. So carpet's not ideal because they can grab things, but try to get a nice smooth surface that they can crawl on. And if you need any help with the crawling part of it, let us know. And I'm not saying that they're going to be crawling as a newborn, but they are exploring with their hands and their legs. So that's pretty much it for today's Just a Mommy Minute. If you have any questions, if your child is having any issues performing any of these tasks, please let me know so I can take a look at them. And if you find this information useful, share it with your friends. And I'm going to make an ask. We upload this to the podcast page. If you could leave us a review, I'd appreciate that. So we want to bump up our position in the podcast iTunes. Anybody have any questions before I sign off today? Sorry, I was a little scattered. I'm just out of my element this morning. I'm in my home versus the office and didn't have my microphone hooked up. It's just been one of those days. So I hope y'all have a great day, and then we'll see you next week.